If you're wondering what I'm drinking, it's iced coffee. And it's in this cute glass. It's shaped as a skull. I picked these up at Marshall's and they are so cute. So today I'm going to be creating a fairly easy fall look using mostly all ColourPop products. I think I have like maybe 2 or 3 products that are not from ColourPop, but the majority of the products are ColourPop. If you're not familiar with ColourPop, you should definitely get familiar, especially if you're a beauty guru and you like affordable makeup products. I think some Ulta locations have started carrying some of their products, but all the products that I'm using in this video are available on their website. Without further ado, let's jump into this tutorial. Okay, so I'm going to start by priming my face with the ColourPop Allstar Matte and Blur Primer. Next up, I'm going to be using the ColourPop No Filter Foundation. This is such a popular product, you guys, and I have tried this out. It feels so nice on the skin. Like, I love this foundation. I am in the shade Light 50. And I will be just using a beauty sponge here, which I need to dampen, so I'll be right back. I definitely feel like this foundation has just really nice coverage and it feels really nice on the skin. It doesn't feel like cakey or heavy or like a foundation that kind of sits on top of your skin and just feels uncomfortable. It is definitely buildable, so I actually think I'm going to go in with the second layer and build up this coverage. As I'm sure you've noticed, I have some little friends that have come out to play today, so definitely would be in my top 5 foundations for sure. The one feature that I really appreciate on their website when ordering this foundation, because I know when you order foundation online it's so hard to find your correct shade and to shade match, but on ColourPop's website they've actually listed several different brands of foundation, all the way from drugstore to high-end, like Maybelline Fit Me, Fenty foundation. So like if you know your shade in those foundations, going and selecting that shade in those foundations, and then what would be the match in the ColourPop range, it'll actually match it for you. So that's extremely helpful. Now that we've spent half a lifetime putting on foundation, we're gonna go in with concealer. I'll be using the No Filter ColourPop concealer here, and I'm actually going to be going in with 2 different shades. I'll be using Light 16 and Fair 08. Using 2 shades is not necessary. I'm just extra, so. This concealer I've used before. It's definitely one of my favorites as well. It's really easy to blend and I like how it feels on the skin. It's lightweight, but it also gives you good coverage. Now to set under the eyes and kind of set that concealer where I've placed it, I'll be going in with the ColourPop No Filter Setting Powder in the shade Translucent. I have been loving the setting powder. It's one of my faves. The one thing I look for in setting powder is, one, that of course it sets your makeup, but also that it's not too drying, because the under eye is a really sensitive area, and like I have some setting powders that are just like so drying, and it feels like it just feels so dry under my under eyes. I like the setting powder because it doesn't feel like that, and it looks so nice on the skin. Definitely been my go-to lately. I'm just gonna use my damp sponge to go in with that powder. Just kind of press it into the skin. Go in and just blend out those lids so we're not setting any of those creases from the concealer. Okay, I'm just going to kind of go over that with the setting brush. Set around my smile lines, although at the end of the day I'm probably still gonna get smile lines. Okay, now to go in and set the rest of my face. This product is not a ColourPop product. However, I will say that ColourPop does have a face powder that I have not purchased yet, but I do want to purchase. But they do have a face powder. I will be going in with the BH Studio Pro Matte Finish Setting Powder, and this is in the shade 215. And I'm just going to use this to set the rest of my face. I make pressing motions. Okay guys, so I'm going to go in and bronze the face. I'm going to be using the ColourPop Bronzer in It to Win It. This isn't my favorite bronzer. I'm going to go ahead and use it because it is ColourPop brand. But I like the shade of it. I just don't like how it has like little specks of like shimmer glitter in it. I just don't really care for like shimmery bronzers. But again, I'm going to go ahead and use it for the sake of this video. Yeah, so the bronzer is probably my least favorite product. Like I said, I have used it before, and one, I don't like how it has the reflexes of shimmer in it, but also because I just feel like it looks muddy on my face. Like, that just looks muddy to me. I don't know if the camera is picking it up, but it's just, it's not my fave. So I'm going to go out and try to clean up at least just down here a little bit. I'm going to go back in with that no filter setting powder. You know. Okay, so now for blush, I'm going to be taking the ColourPop Drop of a Hat. This is one of their Supershock Cheek blushes, and it's just so pretty because it has just a really pretty sheen to it. I want to say like a rosy, kind of like a rose gold kind of shade. With these, a brush or a sponge sometimes is good, or even like your hand, like your fingers are good to use. A little on my nose. I like putting blush on my nose because it just like gives it like, you know, a little color. Sun-kissed color, you know. That's total like personal preference. I think we're ready for brows. So for brows, I'm going to be using a combination of the ColourPop Brow Boss in shade dark brown, as well as their ColourPop Brow Boss gel, also in the shade dark brown. I love this gel. Like, this hands down is probably one of my favorite tinted brow gels. I love it, you guys. The brow pencil, I mean, it does the job, but the gel, that's where it's at. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with the brow gel and just start in the middle. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the eyes, and I'm going to be using the ColourPop Fortune Palette. This palette, you guys, is like a fall dream. I think I'm going to start off with the first shade, using the shade Ben right here. I'm just going to kind of dust that all over the lid. Not too precisely. Okay, so the next shade I'm going to be going in with is Richie right here. So that's a pretty bright and pigmented shade. I thought it was going to be a little bit more darker and rusty. Still very pretty. So now I'm going to go in with this warm brown shade down here called Fortunate. We're just going to take that in the outer V portion of the eye, and we're going to kind of keep that below the crease. There's a little bit of kickback in the pan, but that doesn't really bother me because there's not a whole lot of fallout on the face. So, and the pigment is there, the quality is there, it blends beautifully, so I'm about it. Now I'm going to go in with this really, really dark brown shade right here, kind of grunge it up a little bit, called Strike It. So I'm going to concentrate that dark shade just like right out in this outer V, just kind of making stamping motions. Keeping it below the crease, and then just like slowly blending it out towards the crease, but not taking it too far up. Now for the lower lash line, I'm just going to be using those three shades, Richie, Fortunate, and Strike It. Just kind of smoke that out under the lower lash line. And I know I said this was going to be a simple fall look, and I'm really sorry you guys, I kind of got a little carried away, but you don't have to use as many shades as I just went in with. You can use one shade, you can use two shades, you can leave it as simple or as intense as you want. But yeah, you don't have to go in with as many shades as I did. You definitely don't have to blow out the lower lash line. I love blowing out the lower lash line because it just kind of gives that kind of like grungy look to it. That darker color, Strike It, I'm just kind of keeping that a little bit closer to the lash line, not dragging it down as far. For the lid shade, I'm going to be going in with this shade called Stacks. It's just a really pretty bronzy shade. And I'm just going to go straight in with my finger. I'm not going to be too precise about this, but I am going to keep it on the lid and not take it past the crease. Ooh, this shade does have a little bit of fallout. The glitter is kind of falling on my face, but that's okay. We'll go back in and fix it. Okay, and just kind of go back in and kind of blend it in with those outer darker shades just so they're a little bit more blended. Now, as far as that fallout goes, I'm just going to take my setting brush from earlier and just kind of like really lightly dust it away. I don't want to apply a lot of pressure because that's when it's actually going to mess up your face makeup. So I'm going to go in now and just apply mascara. I'm going to be using the Essence Lash Princess Mascara, and this is the Volumizing Mascara. I'm not going to do eyeliner, no lashes, because you know how that goes if you've seen any of my other videos. So, okay you guys, so I've applied mascara. Again, it was using the Essence Mascara. I don't believe ColourPop has mascara. I'm going to go ahead and set my face before I apply highlighter. I'm going to be using the ColourPop Amber Crystal Setting Spray. I also have the Amethyst Priming Setting Spray, and I love it. I don't think I've used this one yet, so let's see. Ooh, it smells really good. Okay guys, so for highlighter, I'm going to be using the Supershock Cheek in Flexitarian. I think I'm just going to go and apply it with my damp beauty sponge here. Also apply it to my inner corner with my pinky. So for lips, I'm going to go in with one of their Ultra Satin Lips in the shade Echo Park. Okay guys, so this is the final look. I really enjoy how it turned out. It's a pretty grungy fall makeup look. I enjoyed using all of these products. The bronzer, I felt kind of indifferent about. I do want to try a different shade and possibly see if just maybe the shade is just not one of my faves and just doesn't work well. I enjoyed creating this look. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Thank you so much for sticking around if you did. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video.